Okay, so here we are cooking with the blind chef here in Orange County, and I'm cooking the veggies here. Cauliflower, as you see, is my favorite, and I'm also making some chicken cutlets on the side also. And some mashed potato that we already made here in the back here. I made that pre-cooked already so you folks can see how we get it here together. So the cauliflower is basically just cooking with a little bit of oil there. Olive oil is actually my favorite. So we sprinkle some pepper here. Salt and pepper we're making. We want to deep fry that, okay? So we want to try to make it brown and see if we have enough time here on the clock to do it. There's pepper here, as you see. And my favorite is going to be the garlic powder. Definitely gotta have garlic powder. Be generous with that. Yeah, I know, I'm putting my hands in the fire, but that's how it is. Don't worry, folks, I'm not gonna get burned. The blind cook knows what he's doing. Been doing this for years with my kids. Alright, so we're moving over here to the chicken cutlets. You always want to rinse out your chicken cutlets, always. And you're dipping it in butter and the egg here, some breadcrumbs. We have the fire here going with the butter. You want to have that on a regular flame, not too high because you don't want to burn the chicken cutlets. Rinse off the chicken always, guys. Put in the eggs there. And then the breadcrumbs. Keep your hands clean always when you're going to be dealing with the chicken. So that's in there. Throw this out. Get rid of the eggs. Alright. So that's cooking with the breadcrumbs. And we want to find some adobo. We sprinkle a little bit of that. On the chicken. Thank you very much. As you see, the cauliflower is getting nice and crispy. It's beginning to cook nice, so you want to mix it around. I know that's a lot of cauliflower in there, but I have a family of 4 and we like this stuff. So we're working on the clock here. I want to make sure we have enough time. So we have that cauliflower there cooking on high. And we have the chicken here going. So now we're going to move on to the mashed potatoes. Got to be able to get all the potatoes out of there. There we go. Put the mashed potato in where I have the cauliflower in. While the chicken is there cooking. then I always put butter, or can't believe it's not butter. This is not the same thing, but it's good enough. And some milk. I don't know how much milk. I guess a quarter cup of milk. Now, I know my kids don't like for me to stick my fingers in the butter, so I'm not going to do it for you folks. That's a joke. Haha. Anyhow, I'm working with time here because I know my son Jeremy, who's filming this, is telling me, Dad, you only have 15 minutes, so hurry up. So, we're doing this quickly here. Move out of the way, my son. So, gotta mash that down real quick, but the chicken is cooking, so you don't want to make that chicken too crispy, because then nobody wants to eat it. So we're mashing the mashed potato good there, and I like more butter, so I'm putting a little bit more butter in here. So now I have to run over to the chicken and flip it over. So let me do that. I'm taking care of the cauliflower. So the chicken, I'm just flipping it over. There we go, nice and sweet. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that's cooking nice. Come over to the cauliflower. Stir that around good. Yeah. And that's beginning to smell nice and good and crispy. Okay. As you see, the pieces are good, nice and big. I like that. Because later on you just want to put some water over it, see if we have enough time for the camera, and let that simmer while this here chicken here is still cooking. Let's add a little bit more adobo to that chicken. Run over, get the adobo, take a little bit of that on it. Not too much, because adobo has a little bit of everything. Let's take care of the mashed potato here. Make sure we throw out where the chicken came from, a package. You don't want to get nothing like that in your food. So we're mashing the mashed potato. Make sure that's nice and sweet, mash. You can always add a bit of salt. So maybe Jeremy can reach over and get me the salt for me. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, my hands are a little bit. Oh, here we go. So we're finishing up the mashed potato. We want that nice and creamy. I don't like my mashed potato lumpy. I like it nice and creamy. I can smell that with the butter. There we go. That's just about done. How's that look, Jeremy? Good. So, zoom in on the mashed potato. That's done. Now let's run over here to the chicken. And the chicken's just about almost done. There we go. I like my chicken cutlets a little thinner. These are a little thick. Now, as you see here, the cauliflower. Let's zoom in on the cauliflower. And do I have enough time to let that cauliflower cook, Jeremy?
Yep.
So the cauliflower is still not as brown as I would like it. So, but at least the mashed potato is done. The chicken here is just about done. And that's getting ready to be plated. So let me just now get over here and get some water. And what I use for the cauliflower, I just add a cup of water to that, because as you see, this already has a lot of flavor from the garlic. A little bit more garlic to that, garlic powder. Alright, let me shut the chicken off. We don't want that too crispy. What I'm going to do actually to the chicken is I'm going to flip it around one more time here, so the other side gets, there we go, nice and done. Now, does that chicken look nice? Yes indeed it does. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have the water on the high flame. Throw that in there. There we go. And then I'm going to just cover this. Cover that up. Make sure that it's covered. So we cover that up. We let that simmer for maybe another 5 more minutes. No more than that. The flame's still going, and then we're done. You can serve it. Thank you very much. Okay, so now here we're back with the blind chef here. So we're finishing up. As you can see here, we have the mashed potato and the chicken cutlet already plated, and we've been letting that cook for a little while now, I don't know, maybe 5 more minutes. Alright. And we're just going to serve it onto the plate. That smells nice and good. Garlicky the way I like it. It's spicy. Jumping over here because we want to make sure that we have enough time here on the clock to do this. And of course these pieces here, they're big, but you can always cut them. I like to cut them also. But I don't like my cauliflower too small to break up them. See, this is the perfect piece right there on this plate. So thank you again with the blind chef here. And this is how you're cooking with the blind. Bye. This is Andre.